Hey friends, are you ready to make a rolly lizard? You will need a piece of 9x12 construction paper, a small piece of white paper, oil pastels, a glue stick, a pencil, a pair of scissors, and a ruler. Let's get started. With your paper tall in front of you, fold in half, lining up the corners and making a nice crease along the folded edge. Then grab your ruler and draw a diagonal line from corner to corner. Carefully cut along the line with your scissors. Set the scrap paper aside and then open up your paper and fold the edges to the center crease. Carefully bring in those edges so that they line up with the center crease, and you want to make sure you have a nice point at the very tip of your paper. Do that on both sides. Again, make sure it comes to a nice point at the very tip. Turn your paper over to the front and grab your oil pastels. This is where we're going to be adding the designs that will be on the body of your lizard. I'm going to do some zigzags, but maybe you want to do swirls or polka dots, stripes, or flowers. It's up to you. Once your pastel work is finished, then you're going to open the flaps underneath to fold your paper in half. Once your paper is folded in half, then we're going to be making some cuts with our scissors from the folded edge to the crease line, or about where our pastel work ends, like this. Now notice that the cuts need to go at least to the crease mark, if not a little further, otherwise it won't work very well. Notice that as I cut, I'm checking to make sure that it's going far enough. It needs to at least touch that crease line, if not go a little bit past. It's better to be a little bit further than not far enough. The cuts shouldn't be too close together or too far apart. You can check with your pinky finger. That's about how wide each cut should be. As we get close to the end of the lizard's tail, you want to be sure that you don't cut it off. Notice how I just cut right to the crease line and then I stop. I'm not cutting all the way through. Once you're done cutting, check and make sure that you cut all the way to the crease. Then open it up and glue one side with your glue stick. Now carefully fold to bring the glued edge to the opposite edge and then press those two edges together, carefully pressing along either side so that you don't damage the shape of the lizard's body. Make sure it sticks really well. You might need to add a little more glue. Press from the inside there at the end. And then check and see how well your lizard rolls. You can do a little more cutting if it's not rolling really well. And again, check and make sure that the glue is sticking. Then trim off those little flaps on the end, and then grab that scrap piece of paper that we set aside earlier. Now we're going to be drawing the shape of the lizard's head. You're going to have two options. Here's one way that you can draw the head. Check and make sure it's big enough. It should fit just inside of that opening. If you need to make it a little bigger or smaller, you can. If you want to adjust the shape, just do a little erasing. Now if you want a simpler option for the head, turn that paper over and you could just try drawing a simple kind of circle shape for the head. Again, you just want to make sure that it fits inside of that opening. It's not too big or too small, it should just fit inside. So you can either use that shape or the other. I'm going to use this shape for mine, and then I'm going to carefully cut it out. Once you have the lizard's head cut out, then we're going to glue it on. It's going to set into the body like this. So we're going to glue a thin strip of glue along that folded edge and then set it in where we're gluing it on and press it so it's going to stay. Then we're going to grab what's left of our scraps and draw the legs. We're going to need 4 legs. This is how I'm drawing mine. Yours can look different. They can be longer or shorter, the feet can be different, totally up to you. But here's how I'm drawing my legs. Once you have them drawn, you can cut them out carefully with your scissors. Once the legs are cut out, you can glue them on. Once the legs are on, grab your white piece of paper and draw the eyes. Once they're the size and shape you want, you can cut them out. Now grab your black pastel and draw a circle in each of the eyes for the pupil. Now you're ready to glue your eyes on. Now you can grab your red pastel and draw the tongue on the inside of your lizard's mouth. Then grab the black pastel and draw 2 little dots for the nostrils. Now you can put your pastels away, make sure you get your lid snapped on your glue stick, and then check out your awesome lizard. Nice job! And don't forget to give it a name. Thanks for making a lizard with me today. I hope you came up with a good name for yours. If you want some more fun art videos, hit subscribe. We'll see you next time and keep making art.